on 92.3 Nigeria Info. Almost a quarter past 4 p.m. And yes, it is time for us to have our first topical session for today. It's the first week. Yeah, it's the first day, I beg your pardon, of the week. It's the first day of the week, 29th July 2024. And it's a wonderful day for a conversation like this. So on Saturday was the 27th of July 2024. And we saw the PDP hold ward congresses. Now, my guest will join me shortly, very shortly. He's a very busy person, is in a meeting, but he will join me shortly. While I'm waiting for him, I'm going to wet the ground, like they say, and maybe interact with you briefly before, I go back to the phone lines and I interact with you listening in. All right. Remember, we're live on Facebook, Nigerian for PH. We are live on YouTube, Nigerian for PH. We're active on X, Nigerian for PH. You can follow me as well, D Canada, TheKalada. Okay. All right. So where did we stop? PDP held ward congresses on Saturday. Now, the reason why this is a conversation is because, in River State, there's been the fight for the political structure. The party in power, the party at the brick house, is the PDP. However, the PDP is divided as to who should control the politics in the state. Now, the person in government house is believed to be allowed to control governance. I mean, we've heard them try to differentiate between governance and politics. I mean, there is a difference, but when you listen to the politicians differentiate, you probably would learn a thing or two. But that's by the way, all right? So they've tried since the ending of October, last year, to explain the difference between politics and governance and why the fight is for the political structure in River State. And the fight is taking different shapes. But right now, the shape it is taken is the shape of who should control the People's Democratic Party in River State. Now, we saw this a few months ago when we saw the tenure of the executives of the PDP in the state expire, and then there was the argument as to the way forward, and there was an agreement at the national. And the agreement was that those who were executives would extend their time in office by 3 months. However, some people's names went missing from the list of extension. And the people's names that were missing were people believed to be loyalists of the governor, His Excellency, Siminalayi Fubara. And it did cause some back and forth. I remember the governor traveling to Abuja, coming back saying the list was fake, and everything went the way it went. And it's no surprise that the governor, after a while, did say the PDP has failed him and his supporters. And right now, what he's doing is a movement and not playing party politics. The PDP has tried to remedy its relationship with the governor ever since that statement was made. I remember someone from the Squad said, okay, fine, we understand, we've not abandoned you, we know things are not as smooth, but you also should try to, extend a hand to the party so that we all can be like brothers and sisters, or father and children. But ever since then, we've seen the PDP also divided at the national. For instance, at a particular court case, I remember hearing the national legal advisor saying that he was the one sent by the party and not the legal representative here in the state. And as a matter of fact, according to him, what he believes is that Martin and others have defected from the party. So we began to see divergent views even from the national wing of the PDP. Today, in our in-house news bulletin, to be precise, I think the 6 a.m. bulletin, we reached out to the national secretary. I need to confirm, so I'm sure that I'm getting the right news. Yeah, we reached out to the National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Degbo Lugunagba, who declined to comment on the report that the Rivers State chapter of the party has been dissolved for insubordination and anti-party activities. Speaking with our correspondent, Mr. Lugunagba maintained that the party will come up with a decision after consulting with its legal team. The PDP spokesperson also did not say which of the court orders the party intends to obey. So if you do not know about court orders, there are about 4 cases, orders from court. I remember it started with the Federal High Court saying yes, the PDP can hold its Congress, and then there was another one initiated by the MOICTC chairman stopping the conduct, and then there was I think that's the State High Court, and then there was another one to counter it from another Federal High Court. And yeah, was it on Friday we saw another court order, saying the PDP cannot hold Congress or Congresses in Rivers State. However, the Congress held, and even police had certain reactions on was it on Saturday now? So I would like you to take a listen. Just give me a minute. I'm trying to sort my sound.
Thank you very much. You have answered the question yourself. A lot of court orders are coming to our heads, and then you said one came out yesterday. I have not gotten it. Thank you.
What about the first one? The first one said, don't go ahead.
I've gotten one that says, go ahead, provide security as well.
All right, so that was the Commissioner of Police reaction to newsmen. I could hear my friend's voice in the background. But yeah, that was his reaction to newsmen when they asked him which of the court orders was the police going to obey as of Saturday. And he said, see, there are a plethora of court orders. And then the news or pressman asked him, there's a court order that just came out and said, don't allow the Congress to hold. And he said, oh, there's another one that says I should provide security for them. You had it yourself, right? So, I wonder if history will play out yet again. If you remember how it happened with the APC, when people like Senator Magnus Abbey, were fighting also for, some share of the power here in Rivers State when you talk to All Progressives Congress. What were your thoughts, basically? And I should open the phone line. I take 2-3 calls. We go for a commercial break. I come back. I speak with my guest. And we have a fantastic conversation, right? So 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, 0817-923-0007. The question I'm asking is, what then happens, to the governor's faction of the PDP? Remember, he had said that the PDP has failed him. Is this a further proof to that statement he made? Secondly, what do you think the National can do? Because it would mean, what it would mean is the possibility of losing Rivers State as a party, because there is the likelihood that if this is a further proof to the fact that the PDP has failed its excellency in alive for Bara Marcus, then what are his options? So if he does leave the party, then my question is, wouldn't the PDP be at a loss? So what can they do at the National? What should they do at the National? These are some of the questions I have up there, and I don't know if you've got answers. So because I'm racing against time and I do have a commercial coming up in a beat, I'm going to take this call myself. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Please do turn off your radio set. Yeah, what's your name, please?
Yes, I'm Sunday, speaking from Eleme.
All right, Sunday from Eleme. Quickly, I'd like to get your thoughts, in 60 seconds.
The issue of the court order, I think I must confess, the Nigerian court now is the most institution that create confusion, even in the country. Now, why do I say this? At least by the grace of God, for sometimes I'm up to, let's say, 60-something years. I have gone through some of the processes of the court. You cannot see the court of the same jurisdiction giving the same or different judgment.
Okay.
Now, if the other one is saying the Congress can hold, the other one is saying the Congress shall not hold, meaning that they are already contradicting themselves.
All right.
So now, if there is no truth from the court, why do one aspire to become a lawyer? And what is the essence of judiciary?
All right.
We have seen a lot of things in this country, and the mess we find ourselves today is what the court have caused us to find ourselves.
All right. Thank you very much.
Because even the president they are talking about is a problem.
All right. No. We don't speak like that, Susie. Susie from Irema, welcome. What is on your mind, please?
Canada, longer time.
Welcome, then.
Let me just say that I don't want to take much of your time.
Quickly, you don't even have enough time. You've got just 60 seconds.
A judgment by the Supreme Court. Remember the issue concerning 2019 election, not only in Rivers State, in some other states, where courts actually interfered in the internal arrangement of the party. Certain persons went to court, and Supreme Court actually deliberated on that matter and ruled that no court should actually interfere on the issue concerning anything that has to do with internal party matters and all of that.
Okay.
Referring to matters should be referred to internal party mechanism and alternative dispute resolutions.
Okay.
Then this is what we are talking about. Now we are talking about an issue of internal party mechanism and all of that. They went to court and obtained an order, interim order, and then that interim order expired within 7 days. And then we also went to court, Abuja Federal High Court, and obtained another order.
Because I don't have time, maybe Susie, you can call back later. But I've been told. No, I don't have time. It's time for a commercial. But I've been told that even when an interim order expires, you still would have to vacate. A lawyer sent me a message last week. I just couldn't read it because of the want of time. But yeah, I hear you have to vacate. But commercial.
The show continues after this break. Night.
reason, my guest will not be on the show, so won't let that bother us, right? What we will do is you and I will have the conversation, and you'll tell me what you think about it. It is the bottom of the hour. Yes, 4 p.m. and you're listening to Hard Facts at 92.3 Nigeria Info. I am Kala Dakaru, and it's my pleasure having you on the other side of the radio to talk for development. And this time we're looking at the political development of River State, and more particularly we're looking at the happenings in the People's Democratic Party. I've narrated the stories, the various sides to the stories, and you've read the various stories, but I want to get your thoughts. Now, some lawyers argue that yes, interim order expires after 7 days, but you would still need to appeal or vacate it before you can go against, because the order, if the order is given, it's for a purpose, right? And so when that purpose or action is taken, you just cannot reverse it, without vacating that interim order. So what do you make of this? Do you think this is in any way an attempt to force the governor out of the party? What are the options of the governor now? Because my guest was in our bulletin earlier today. If I should go back yet again to the 6 p.m. bulletin, the leader of the PDP in Ward 17, Rumolumeni Obiakpo, local government area of River State, Tony Okeah, praised delegates and party members for their peaceful conduct during Saturday's Congress. Now, Mr. Okeah told our correspondent that the PDP in River State is well structured under the leadership of the Executive Minister, Nyesom Wike. He expressed confidence that the newly elected ward executives will drive the party to greater heights. So you heard it for yourself there. So I'm going to look for the sound bite, and then I'll play the sound bite. So it won't seem like I manufactured the story from thin air. All right? So take a listen to this now. I can't seem to find the story. Oh my. For some reason I can't seem to find the sound bite. Or is this the right sound bite now? I do not know.
Let me correct this impression. The number of persons you are seeing here, they are not members of Simplified Movement. They are indigenous of the local government area, but more of the vulnerable.
Okay, so I guess that's the wrong sound bite, but if I can't find the right one, I'll play it for you later in the day. Apparently, I can't find it in the system. But yeah, he also said the Congress was conducted under the supervision of INEC officials and security agencies. The newly elected chairman of Ward 17, Ewene Mati Promise, thanked the people for their support and promised to ensure inclusive governance. So like I said, is this in any way an attempt to sideline? Is this in any way an attempt to remove? And if yes, what then are the options for both the PDP and the governor? For the governor, does he stay and fight, or does he leave the party? At the national, do they let the governor leave the party and lose yet another state? Remember, they have just 13 states, and if they lose River State, it means 12 states, right? So how do you see this playing out? I mean, I have so many postulations in my head, but let's listen to yours now. 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003, and 0817-923-0007. What say you as it relates to the conversation? I've got WhatsApp platform for WhatsApp messages, 0809-030-6416. All right, so drop your messages, let it pour in. I read them. You can also go on Facebook. We're live there, Nigerian for PH. We could also interact on YouTube, where we're live as well, Nigerian for PH. And we could also interact on X platform, Nigerian for PH. This one says, good day, Mr. K. My comment on the crisis in the state is about who controls the structure, and it is either the national body of the PDP knows what they are doing or not, or one man in Abuja has bought PDP for himself, and the PDP officials are handicapped. Mr. Bright from Port Harcourt. I should say, Imogo Chere did put out a statement and said, based on the court orders, favorable to the governor and his followers, that the Congress held in the state is a nullity. He described it as a nullity, right? He has put out a statement to that effect. But I'd like to get your thoughts. What say you as it relates to this conversation? But Victor from Arabia says, the political party has failed us, so I go by the movement with the governor of Rivers State. Politicians are fighting for their pockets and not for the people. We don't have judiciary in Nigeria, again, he says. Ogu Ojoni Justice says, the Congress is a kindred gathering. It's just obvious that corruption has destroyed the party beyond repairs. All right, Ogu Ojoni, thank you. This one says to me, the governor should start thinking and negotiate the next party to join. PDP have rejected him. Take it or leave it. Kelechi K. Omibiko. So I do think I have problems with the phone lines for some reason. The calls are not coming through. The numbers are ruled out. So I'm going to rule out another number. 0817-923-0009. Let's try that number and let's see what happens there. 92.3 Nigeria Info. Hello, are you there? That's so noisy.
Hello?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
What's your name, please?
My name is Emmanuel James.
All right, please turn off the radio set. We don't have to hear you.
Hello?
All right, sorry, I've got to let that go. So when I do pick the call, please turn off your radio set so we can talk and not, have a noisy background hindering our conversation. And this one says, my prayers for the governor to move to another party. Apostle T with that one. Keep the calls coming in. Let's get your thoughts. 92.3. All right, I do think we have a network issue. I hope it's not the NIN, by the way. It will be funny, wouldn't it? All right, keep those calls coming in. Let's keep trying. 0817-923-0009. All right, hello, 92.3.
Hello.
Yeah, hi.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Kalala, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Go ahead. Let's get your thoughts, please.
Yes, my name is Justice Ori from Omudioga.
All right, Justice Ori from Omudioga. Welcome.
Canada, the issue of PDP is shifting our attention to some important issues we are going to discuss. There are more important issues that is bothering that we need to discuss for the good of Rivers people.
Important issues like
not PDP issues.
Important issues
PDP
like
issues.
important issues like
Hello?
what? Important issues like what?
Important issues like hunger in the land.
Did I talk? See, this is annoying, really. I put up a topic. If you're not interested, you don't call in. It's annoying you telling me that it's not an important issue when we just talked about protest the last hour. Do you see that? Anyways, thank you very much for calling in. This one says, please, you don't vacate the interim order. I can only extend it for another 7 days. Most of the lawyers are there to cause confusion. Okay, that's your take. I wonder if you're a lawyer as well, but if you are, please tell me. This one says, the governor should work for the people and forget the political stuff. Look, the economic growth in the state is very low. Move around River State and see poverty. Ernest from Wuji. I've got Emeka from MOI. Emeka, welcome.
Yes. Carla, good evening, sir. No?
I'm listening to you. Go ahead.
Yes. Also, on the matter
Okay.
of University
Oh, my.
and the National Working Committee to intervene.
Okay.
So, Carla, I want to ask a simple question. The State High Court, hello?
I'm listening to you quickly. I need to move on to the next caller. So quickly,
State
please.
High Court in River State has given order that they should stop the Congress. Yes. Another High Court in Abuja also gave counter order that they should go ahead with the Congress. Ghana, I want to know, are they not the same? They don't have the same jurisdiction?
Of course they do.
Huh?
They do have the same. Their course of coordinate
I want to
jurisdiction.
know.
All right.
They have the same jurisdiction. So why must the state high court in Rivers State will give order and Abuja will counter it? So I'm appealing to PDP National Working Committee to intervene.
All right.
Because we cannot put hand on what one person will attack the party structure in Rivers State.
All right.
We can't. It can't work here. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. But Emeka, if it does work, what happens then? What will be your next step if it does work? I'm wondering. You said it can't happen, but I'm wondering if it does happen, what would be your?
It can't happen.
But if it does, I agreed with you. It can happen, but I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. It's a legal matter now because the state high court has stopped them not to do the.
Oh, okay. All right then. All right.
Yes, we'll make it up on there. It's a legal matter now.
All right then.
It can't end on their own.
Okay. All right then. All right. Thank you very much. Jamaica is saying it's a court, but then again, which of the courts do we obey? Because, like you said, they're all courts of coordinate jurisdiction. But I've got Ezekiel who's calling from Ubimini. Welcome, Ezekiel. What is on your mind? I'd like to hear from you.
Good afternoon, Canada.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Canada, I don't know if you are aware about what happened between Okeah and Rotimi Amechi.
What happened? Tell me about
led
it.
Amechi to go to the Supreme Court and became the governor of Rivers State.
Tell me about it. I don't know. Tell me.
In terms of substitution,
Okay.
who was the authentic candidate of PDP, which Okeah served for 5 months or thereabouts. It was a matter of Congress who brought the party's choice. This is the replica of it. This target is for 2027. And court is not helping matters in Rivers issue. Since last year, court has been using Rivers State fund as a market venture. Instead of them to know what to do in this state, all they are doing is to giving us their what do they call it? Their judgment and counter judgment, frustrating the state itself and not even the governor. Everywhere is quiet. Nothing is moving. No project. What we are hearing is Abuja this, Abuja that. Simplify this, simplify that. What is it benefiting the citizens and the poor masses of the state?
All right, Ezekiel, thank you. I've got to go.
It is very, very annoying,
all right.
Mr. Kalada.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ezekiel. I've got Mrs. Ezekiel from Iche. Wow, what a coincidence, but welcome.
Yes, Kalada, good evening.
Yeah, greetings to you.
The court order that is spraying like a newspaper is what I want to talk about.
Okay.
First of all, I want to know which of the courts that have the jurisdiction to interfere in a matter that has to do with INEC. Remember, when you talk about INEC, National is involved. When you talk about the PDP National Working Committee, it is not beyond the state. And now the State High Court has given order asking the Congress note to be heard. Then the Federal High Court, which has the jurisdiction, to attend the matter, asking the Congress to be heard.
Mrs. Ezekiel.
Which one would you obey?
Mrs. Ezekiel, I'm not a lawyer, but I want to believe that when a matter of jurisdiction is an issue, it is raised in court, because if a court gives a judgment, then it's believed that you obey the judgment. If not, I don't know, you contempt of court.
Much. Another thing I want to say is this. Talking about the structure, can I tell people something? We were all under Nyesom Wike as our leader. It was the structure which Nyesom Wike was piloting as a leader that brought Governor Tim as a governor. There were people who are piloted the affairs of PDP. They are no longer in the active politics. But Nyesom Wike started with GDI. We used GDI to campaign for him, and he still won. And that was all when Wike went to tell, he said, don't touch my structure. If the governor still want to at least have his own structure, he should go ahead. But somebody telling me only one man cannot hold the structure. How many men we are holding it before?
All right. Mrs. Ezekiel, I've got to go. Thank you very much for your thoughts there. All right. So for those of you who are saying, why are we talking about this? Like I said, the political drama in Rivers State has taken several shapes, and this is the shape it is now taken, where, like we've seen with the Labour Party and the resignation of Kenneth Okonkwo, the party is very instrumental to any politician's dream of being in the corridors of power. And right now, it looks like the PDP, I don't even know what's happening. I can't even say, well, what is it that is happening there. But anyways, they held ward congresses on Saturday. And as it is, it once again looks like the people who are supporters of the governor, His Excellency Simdala Fubara, were sidelined from the process. Now, we understand that there were court cases. If my guest was here, I would have asked the question, could it have been late if they had waited for all aggrieved persons to be pacified? Could they have waited? Could they have waited to have a united house? Because a united house is a strong house, this is some of the questions, I would have asked my guest, but unfortunately he couldn't make it on the show. But this one says, I am baffled that people who are already angling and posturing to contest for various political offices, especially the presidency under the PDP, are seated there with folded hands, looking at an obvious case of moles or intruders sabotaging the PDP in Rivers State, or worse. They are unaware that the PDP is being sabotaged by these saboteurs that are in their midst. The governor, Sim Fubara, publicly criticized the PDP for abandoning him. They said they weren't today. What would the PDP spokesman say about what happened in the state last weekend? Text from Oibo. Now you brought this up, Text. I'm thinking. I'm really thinking. Rivers State is very pivotal to who wins an election because of the numbers that we carry. We're not the highest, so to say, but we still have swing votes. We can swing the election in a person's favor. And if the PDP is, like you've said, like you've described, sitting idly and allowing things to go the way and the direction, and the governor decides to leave the party, would they be able to get the swing votes? I'm just wondering. I'm just asking as well. This one says, it is becoming very clear that INEC, NPF, and NWC of the PDP are aggravating the crisis in Rivers State. That is why they defy the court order to conduct the Congress. But the truth is that the Congress did happen as far as the law is concerned. It was exactly the same thing that made Rivers APC not to have candidates in 2019. Tamka Bere from Bori. All right, Tamka, maybe they have got good arguments. I do not know. But this one says, good afternoon, brother. About the PDP in Rivers State, to me, this is another drama again. High Court, Rivers State give order. The same High Court in Abuja countered the order. The same High Court again in Rivers State give order. Now the Commissioner of Police say that the High Court in Abuja order is the one that is obeying. It's so laughable that the judiciary and the police are the major problem in Nigeria. I want the Commissioner of Police to flash back to 2015. The then Commissioner of Police in Rivers State, the role he played for the FCD minister. The same man was complaining this year that the FCD minister abandoned him from the first day the Commissioner of Police addressed people in Rivers State. I knew his mission, and it is manifesting. It's so bad, my brother, that public servants will be taking sides in things that are happening in the state. I'm so disappointed. All right, Ibiso, thank you very much. But let's take another call. 0817 923 0002, 0817 0003, and 0817-923-0007. WhatsApp 0809-0306416. I'd like to get your thoughts as we talk about this, and for those of you who participated, what was the experience like? I'd like to hear from you as well. Like Mrs. Ezekiel would say, it was the right thing to do. It was done according to the law, and they're cool under the leadership of Mr. Wike. 92.3 Nigeria Info.
Yeah, hi, Kalada. Good evening.
Yeah, greetings to
Good
you.
afternoon.
All of the above. Welcome.
Yeah, Mufasa online.
Mufasa, it's good to have you.
Well, Kalada, I think first things first, let me quickly say that I do not think that it would be proper to say that the governor and the people were sidelined.
Okay. All right.
From a process that is illegal.
Okay.
The governor's people decided not to be part of that exercise because from the get-go, it's not even supposed to hold. So for me, those people that gathered and did what they did on Saturday, for the best of my knowledge of the law, I'm not a lawyer, but as somebody who understands the law, it's just an exercise in futility. You listen to Honorable Imo Ugoshiere, and you saw how he described such gathering. And let me also say that for the commissioner of police to decide to pick and choose a court order to obey, for me, it is very, very surprising. That is why we keep saying that we want stronger institutions, not strong men. But what we see in this country today are people who are stronger and bigger than institutions, that they will dictate what they want to happen in a country as, sophisticated and advanced, like Nigeria. It is quite unfortunate. I'm just appealing to INEC and the police to please stop being biased in issues that have to do with politics and politicians. Thank you, and have a fantastic day.
All right, thank you very much, Mufasa. But, the reason why, we talked about, or I mentioned sidelining, if you can hear me, Mufasa, is basically because I asked the question, is the national wing of the party in on this? If the national wing of the party is in on it, then could it be, described as sidelining the governor? Think about it from that angle. I've got Muriel, and she's calling from Okeah. I think my last call. Muriel, welcome. What is on your mind? Tell me about it.
Thank you. KDB, good evening.
Yeah, greetings to you.
KDB, the sad thing about what is happening to the PDP is that the PDP is collapsing, and it's not the opposition that is doing that, but the PDP itself using his own hand to collapse their own party. KDB, it is very clear that the PDP, the national, and I'm also looking at the body language of the state, their decisions are not favorable. In fact, they are not even doing anything to show that they are in support of the governor of River State. So for me, KDB, if the governor decides to take any decision, whether to jump the party or anything, it will not be a surprise to me. I've said it before. So if the governor will decide to go, I don't even see any party for me. I don't even see the APC, I don't even see the Labour now. Labour is even, I don't know how we have to place it. But the PDP is crumbling, and it's not the outsiders, but the insiders that are doing that. So they should keep it up. Eventually it will. Even the states where the PDP has strongholds, very strong, very strong holds, they are losing their grip. And not to talk of them winning other parties, other states.
All right.
There's no way. And there's no
all right, Muriel, I've got to go.
Especially in River State.
All right, I've got to go. Thank you very much, Muriel. And we do have another commercial. After the commercial, it would be time for the news update at 5. When we come back, we talk some more. Do stay tuned.
Stay with us. Nigeria Info. We'll be back.
We can protect